Hi ladies, I'm back again with the chat on Africana Womanism, and we're talking today about the characteristic, whole and authentic. This is among the 18 characteristics of Africana Womanism. So sit back and let's go. Let's have this chat. We're talking about authentic, cultural connection, and what the acts of an Africana woman look like. So when we're talking about the things that we do, the question is, are they in line with our cultural standards? And we really have to examine closely, ladies of culture, because we have been so assimilated into Western culture that their mindsets have become extremely ingrained in our thinking. So even myself, as a woman growing in culture, I'm always having to dialogue or check back with what my culture has to say about things, because I'm often having to check myself like, whoa. You know, the way that you're thinking about this, is that really of African culture? We still have to do that on a daily basis, because popular culture is being thrown at us every day, right? All around us. And if we're not careful, we could easily slip back into that way of thinking. So, try to make a daily practice of reading your cultural scriptures, dialoguing with the best of African thought and practice to ensure that you stay grounded, okay? Alrighty, so I have a quote here from Dr. Malana Karanga. He says, because a people whose paradigm of thought and practice is borrowed from their oppressor can never reach the highest level of human possibility. So, as I just said, as Africana women, we should be constantly dialoguing with our culture to counter this reality and commit to putting forth the best of African thought and practice. This is how we accomplish authenticity. Hudson-Weems says in her book, her true essence complements her culture, thereby denying any room for an inauthentic self. That's deep. Let me repeat that. Her true essence complements her culture, thereby denying any room for an inauthentic self. So, ladies of culture, it's about being yourself within the context of your culture. And we should be able to do that anywhere we go, okay? Even in places where social allowances would permit you to act like whatever, okay? We don't fall subject to that because our culture dictates our acts. And I've had this conversation before as well, where that will put us separate and apart from a lot of other ladies. And that's okay, because we have to separate ourselves from popular culture. And that means that we may be fewer in number, right? The choices that we're making are not going to be seen as quote unquote the cool thing to do, right? Because it doesn't follow popular culture. But that's okay, because we operate by a certain standard. And that standard, ladies, will allow us to be distinguished instead of devalued. It's better to have guidance from your culture than to participate frivolously in acts that are destructive. Our culture operates on the Nguzo Saba, and all the best of African thought and practice connects to those principles of unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. So this values orientation, these principles of right and wrong shape our acts. Thank you, ladies, for tuning in. And I've got one more segment to talk about. I will bring that to you soon. In the meantime, keep dialoguing with culture. And if you want more information about what our culture has to say, you can always check out our page on Instagram at Starting Point with Zara. That is a great resource. Again, that is built on the principles of the Nguzo Saba. And thank you to Dr. Malana Karanga for the work that he did in creating that to pour into our people, again, the cultural identity, the cultural heritage that many of us have forgotten, okay, had been robbed of. But it's still there for us if we want it. So go check out our page at Starting Point with Zara, and I'll be looking forward to chatting with you soon.